Okay, loud build time. Let's go over this real quick. This is what I use in all my loud missions. I use this in my solo overkill loud of Touch the Sky. Some changes I would make is I would change the SA-144 out for the Scar, but I know many people don't have that. I was putting this on for something else. I'd actually run Bison here as a secondary, but I know many people probably don't have this either, so Castigo is a great runner-up. Attachments don't really matter on these, in my opinion, but if you want to know what I'm running, I always just prioritize vertical recoil and hipfire, because hipfire spread is just really strong close quarters. So my sight, I try to do some range for my sight, so I have the 1.8. If I'm going to be aiming down sights, it's not because somebody's close to me, it's because somebody's farther away. If they're close to me, I just want to rely on hipfire, unless I'm trying to reproc my edge from sharpshooter aced. Same with the Scar. Want to run whatever gives you the least amount of vertical recoil and a lot of hipfire accuracy. But anyways, let's go over this real quick. I got armor bags. That's a no-brainer. Armor bags are extremely strong. Flashbangs also extremely strong. Tool doesn't really matter. Armor lining, heavy ballistic, and overkill weapon is HET5 Red Fox because you can do this. Alright, let's go over the skills now. I'm running Ammo Specialist, just because more ammo, very fun. Scrounger, get 10% to get your throwables back, so anytime you get a kill, basically, because of Ammo Funnel and Replenish, you have a 10% chance of getting a flashbang back, very good. Plate Up is just great, because we're going to be having grit for a lot of this, based off of Enforcer and Cooker. Let's just go tree by tree. So for the mower tree, obviously mower, just a great skill in general. Every 35 bullets you get an edge. Not really the main reason we grab it. We mainly grab it for ammo funnel and replenish, but I also have recoil handling because whenever you have edge, your weapon recoil is reduced. Very nice, especially if you have the Scar already. That thing has a lot of kick. Ammo funnel, S tier. As long as you have edge, any ammo you pick up is added directly into your magazine instead of your reserves. Phenomenal. Basically, anytime you get a kill, you get ammo back. And the reason you get a kill and get ammo back is because of replenish. So anytime you kill an enemy, you automatically pick up the ammo that they would have dropped, which feeds into this whole kill to reload your weapon type situation where you really don't have to reload if you're just tapping heads left and right with every shot. Then we go down to the tank tree for a bit of survivability. Increase the regeneration speed of your armor chunks, and your armor bag has 2 additional charges. Base perk of this is incredible, and then we go over to armor up so that every time we interact with an armor bag, we restore an additional chunk. Also, just S tier for survivability. I feel like everyone, regardless of what your build is, should be running tank and armor up. They are just incredible skills to have. Sharpshooters, where most of our damage is going to be coming in. You definitely want to ace sharpshooter so that you can have almost infinite uptime on edge. Basically, anytime you get a headshot while aiming down sights, your edge will refresh. Now, it won't proc edge, but it will refresh edge. So this is what keeps you having edge for almost the entirety of the heist if you're going loud. Long shots, great. It makes it so that your headshots pretty much do full damage regardless of the range you're shooting at. And cutting shot is also S tier and extremely important. This is what allows you to one tap to the head with the Castigo. I know that for a fact. And it also lets you one tap to the head with the Scar. I think that the Bison and the SA-144 might already one tap to the head without this, but it's still definitely worth it just in case they don't. Especially if you want to run Castigo and Scar. Phenomenal weapons in my opinion. Cutting shot is almost mandatory to make those builds work because they will one tap to the head, completely different than any other weapon in the game. It will change your game when you put on cutting shot. Trust me, it is really, really good. Then I run Escapist just so I can have rush and loud because that heavy armored ballistic, the heavy ballistic armor definitely slows you down quite a bit. So Escapist is nice for just getting a bit of a speed boost. Now, when I do get 20, I currently have 19 out of 21. I am going to be slotting a point into Swift, just so I can have even more movement speed, but I don't have the 21 points yet, so we're going to just leave that, without a point in it right now. When I do get a point, I will 100% be putting it in Swift. Demolitionist, we don't really care too much about the base perk here. It is nice that our flashbangs have an increased AoE, but we really want it because of Cooker. Cooker is really easy to get grit if you're in trouble. So basically, if you're backed into a corner, You can proc that grit just by holding your flashbang for a little bit, and then it'll also stun everybody that you throw it at. Really strong. But if you're just kind of if you're already in your flow and you're already just going on, like, you're going crazy with the kills, Enforcer will probably end up being how you end up getting your grit for the majority of the time. Cookers mainly if you're being like pushed, you know, like if they're being aggressive and you're on the defensive, Cooker's pretty good. But if you're being very aggressive, Enforcer will be grit. I mean, I just take them both just because you never know how it's gonna be. You could have a dozer spawn like right on top of you or something, and then in that case you probably want to use Cooker to get grit and then get out of there to reposition. But yeah, Enforcer, you'll have grit up a lot. And then you also want to take face to face just so you do 10% increased damage to targets within 5 meters of you. Also great for just deleting dozers and shield enemies as well. Really strong, really strong. Let me scroll down here. This is where I'm going to put my other point in. So I originally had a CQC Specialist build. Now, if you want to be secondary focused, I highly recommend getting CQC Specialist with soft assets and pin polar, just so you can have increased movement speed with a human shield. Human shields makes secondary builds phenomenal. So you could reallocate some points here if you wanted. I'd probably take them out of the Enforcer tree if you want to go down this route, in all honesty. But Strategist, I'm definitely putting one in Strategist, not because Strategist is incredible, but because I also want to get combat marking. So this is where my my 20th point will go. I'm going to get Swift with my 21st point right here. But the reason I want combat marking is just because you do an extra 10% damage to any marked target. Once again, really good for killing dozers. Really strong for killing dozers. Now, if you do want to go down the CQC Specialist route, I did say I'd probably take some points out of Enforcer. I actually don't know about that anymore. I might have misspoke. I'd probably honestly keep these in because you will be shooting close quarters for a decent bit of it. So I'd leave these. I'd probably get rid of Cooker though, because you're not going to be able to throw grenades while you have a human shield. So get rid of Cooker, slot that into CQC Specialist, and then I'd probably get rid of Escapist, slot that into CQC, into soft assets, and then you're probably going to want to get rid of Swift as well and put it into pin polar. Because if you're using a human shield build, movement speed is not going to be on your side because you're not going to be sprinting with a human shield. So you might want to change those movement speed allocations and put them into speed with a human shield instead. Now, I know we're kind of covering two builds when I talk about a human shield build. A whole video could be dedicated to a human shield build, but those are just my quick tips if you want to kind of just copy this entire build and then also prioritize using human shields. That's how I'd go about it. But yeah, that's about it for the skills. We're probably just going to throw a little bit of gameplay on now, just to show you how the build works, and how I've been using it. Thanks for watching, and yeah, you guys have a great day. Peace.
Stay behind me! God damn it! Chains is in custody!
Tactical cover!
Shield's gone! Kill the shit!
Guys, I'm fighting! Tearing through us! Don't let up!
God damn it! Hoxton's in custody!
These guys ain't playing!
God damn it! Dallas is in custody!
Bastards, kill them! They're tearing through!
It's a lot of bodies. A lot of bodies. Yeah, I definitely like Touch the Sky the most, by the way, guys. If you're coming here to, if you're trying to get some kills for your weapons, Touch the Sky just has such nice ad density. You just get so many kills. If you're trying to get those challenges complete, where you need to get killed with certain weapons so you can get more account XP, this is a great place to do it.
Cloaker's
Not this time, bitch.